All right. We have here a lady from the West. Obviously, she has requested me not to share her private details. Okay. So, a lady from the West who has dated multiple Indian men. Oh, I was like, oh, very good. She finds Indian men very exotic, as she put it. It's a different flavor, apparently, chili flavor. She likes spicy men. Okay. So this lady has always had a fascination for Indian men. She has always wanted to be with Indian men, settle down with an Indian man, and maybe, hopefully, her dream was to settle down in India, which never happened. But it seems that every time she found an Indian man, she fell in love. Everything was great in the beginning, but eventually it broke up. Okay, and it broke up painfully, and she has been very hurt. So she wanted to know why Indian men are like this. Okay, her question to me was, please just tell me, am I doing something wrong or are they doing something wrong? So this video is not only for her, but also to educate any woman who is planned to date an Indian man. Couple of do's and don'ts, and yeah, I hope to be fair to both the sides. I'm not going to just bash up Indians, but I'm going to give both the sides. Now, number one is, if you have dated multiple Indian men and in all cases it has broken up, then there's something wrong with you. Okay, don't don't take it the wrong way. But the fact of the matter is, if you have dated multiple Indian men and all of them broke up with you, means something is wrong with you. Okay, you can't say all Indian men are bad, because even in my experience, let's say I'm not dating Indian men, but my clients are Indians, my subscribers are Indians, the people I've interacted with are Indians. I've been born and raised in an Indian family. Okay, so not all Indians are bad. Okay, and not all Indians are good. There is variety. Yes, in my videos, I do mention the drawbacks of Indians, because we are talking of 80% of the population that lives below the poverty line, and they have not traveled maybe abroad, or even if they traveled, they just go for a short holiday. So, their horizons or their, thinking is very limited. And nowadays, we have too much of this Hindutva, or rather Hindu based politics, which brainwashes many of the youth. And, they have become very defensive. They believe that they are perfect, or even if they have flaws, no, why don't you talk about someone else? Anyway, that's for another topic. So, the first thing is, if you have dated multiple Indian men, all of them have broken up with you, you need to do a little bit of introspection. Maybe there's something wrong with you. So that's the first thing I want you to know. Because unless you change a behavior, you're going to keep getting the same result. Like they said, no, insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's number one. Number two is, I mean, what are you looking for? Like, are you just dating Indian men because you want something different? Okay, wow, I'm white, he is brown. Or I eat non spicy, he eats spicy. Or, you know, I have, the Western festivals, they have the Indian festivals. Oh, it's something different. Like, oh, it's so amazing to do namaste and put the tika and dress up like Indians. There are some foreigners who, find this very wow. Like, even we get foreigners who come here to Thailand, Swadi Kap, and they do all this drama, and people find it very amusing. They think they are doing something like, they try to dress up like hippie, or they think they are blending in. No, you stand out like a sore thumb. So, are you doing this because you have a fetish or fascination? Okay. And this, don't take it in a defensive way. Look inside yourself, and you need to ask yourself all these questions. Okay. And here's number three. You are a lady in your, I'm being careful so I don't give out your information, but you're a lady who's in her mid 40s. Okay. You're dating men who are younger than you. The chances of a young man staying with an older lady is very hard. And Indian men, they they love younger women. They love and they like younger women. And yes, they do like white skin. They do like fair skinned females. They do like Westerners. They love to brag. But and you're not a unattractive woman. You are attractive for your age. You've maintained yourself. Although I wouldn't say like you have a perfect figure, but then you have children also. And for an Indian man, if he gets married to a 40 plus female single mother, that also with children, he knows that there's a lot of responsibility here. So their mentality is different from a Western individual. Okay. So the first part of what I'm trying to tell you is you need to do a little bit of introspection and soul searching to understand that maybe the fault is yours. Because remember, it takes two hands to clap, it's not just one. Okay, that is number one. The second part of the argument is when you're dealing with Indians, understand that you're dealing with an Indian who has been born and raised in India for the majority of his life. He is part of an Indian culture. He has Indian tradition. He has Indian roots. He has Indian behavior, mannerisms, the Indian mentality, which is hardwired in him from childhood until the point he is in his 30s. So, if you're going to marry an Indian man, he brings with him all this baggage and all this foundation, which you cannot change. So, maybe he's being very polite and nice to you, but in the end, an Indian is an Indian. You can't take you can't take India out of an Indian. For example, let's say eating with a hand, okay, or having a particular template as to how to discipline children. Many Indian men believe in physically disciplining them. Many of them don't. Some of them don't. Many of them believe in the traditional way. And then there is this respect which children cannot call their father like, hey, with a name. And they want respect. Indians follow the Indian culture. Maybe he's a Hindu. Maybe he's this thing. For him, God is very important. For you, maybe God is not that important. For an Indian, his mother and father occupy primary importance because they live in a joint family. And if an Indian truly loves his woman, this is a very important tip. He will introduce a female to his mother, father, to society, to everyone. If he has not done that, means he is looking at you as a temporary stepping stone. And, so there are a lot of imperfections that come with an individual. And the only way you can find out these imperfections is if you actually traveled to India, lived in India for some time, and then you'll come to know what are the nuances. In fact, I can challenge you this much. You're living in the West. You have a Western lifestyle, a Western template, Western way. In fact, you can even take the water from the tap and drink it because it's drinkable. In India, you can't do that. You'll die of poisoning, Go to, let's say you find an Indian, the next Indian you find, see if he introduces you to his mother and father, see if he takes you to his village or wherever he's from or his city and introduces you to his parents, his relatives, his friends, his community. If he doesn't do that, he is not interested in having a long-term relationship with you. And then check out their mannerisms, check out their quirks. Yeah, initially they look at you, oh, white, oh, foreigner, oh, Western passport. But after a few days, after the carpet has worn off, the welcome carpet, they will look at your flaws. Oh, she is 40-year-old. Oh, she has a couple of children. Oh, she's old. You'll be judged. Left, right, and center, you'll be judged. Just as you judged him, oh, he's hot, he's exotic and all that. They will also look at you. And one thing, keep in mind, they will look at your imperfections. It'll be under a magnifying glass. And Indian men especially, they have this level of obedience to their parents, to their society, to their religion. They are very particular how their reputation and societal standing is. So if you're not attractive, if you're not beautiful, if you're not rich, for them, they will consider it to be an insult to introduce you to others because the whole community will start laughing at the family. I'm sorry, but this is the reality. So unless you're really hot, beautiful visually, and you are rich, and you offer perks and benefits, Nobody is going to introduce you. And here's another thing: there are a lot of superficial people in our communities in India. If you're white skinned, wow, you're beautiful. If you're a Western passport holder, wow, something. If you're rich, wow, it's a good relationship. So these are all the superficial parameters by which you'll be judged. So keep that also in mind. And one final thing which I want to tell you is, see, Indians are brought up, born and raised in an Indian community with the Indian family, with the Indian friends, with the Indian environment. Um, and depending on which part of India, whether it's north or south, if he's the north, profanity is very sexual profanity is a way of life. Okay. Most of them are not thought to be like men. They're thought to be like simps, like be obedient to your mummy and daddy, listen to the rules, follow whatever they say with the wife, keep the, Indian wife happy. And the wife, the potential wife, your family and the girl's family have to know each other. They have to agree on whatever the dowry or the way of life or the caste or the astrology, the signs, they call it the kundli or the matching this thing, and then the boy and girl, they get married. So it's a marriage between two families. In your case, in the West, your family doesn't give a damn. Once after you cross 18 or college, you have your own house, your own place. Your parents only appear. You visit them once a while an Indian literally stays with his mother and father, eats with them, and listens to them. So it's a very different ball game. So all I can tell you is, it's if you say all the Indian men that you have been with, you have had a bad experience, means there's some soul searching you need to do. And second one is, don't fall for the Indian men who come down to the West and show you a whitewash life of theirs. Go with them to their hometown, to their village, to their city, to their family, meet their parents, their relatives, their friends, their society, and then he'll prove it to you that he really is genuinely interested in a long term relationship. But if he only is dating you, having sex with you, living with you, asking you money, he's just looking for benefits. And it's going to be a very short term relationship, and then it's going to be bye bye. Okay. So I think, just as they say, no, two hands to clap, I think the blame is equally with you, not just Indian men. Yes, Indian men do have plenty of drawbacks. It's very challenging, especially when it's marriage between two communities or two religions or especially two lifestyles. In Indian and the West is totally two different things. And one final thing is the man having affairs with other women. It's because, you know, he wants attractive females. He's sexually very high and he is not crossed that level of maturity where he's looking to settle down. In fact, I would ask you, why would a young Indian man want to marry a female who's maybe twice her age or 1.5 times the age with children? For what? Might as well choose a female who's young, single, petite, and or he might, after he gets his white passport, he'll get a line of females ready to marry him in India. Why should he stay with you? You need to ask yourself these blunt, brutal, hurtful questions, and then you'll come to know what is reality. So, this is what I wish to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. I'm sure you didn't expect me to speak like this. Maybe you're looking for me to bash up Indians, but we need to look at a balanced argument. Like I said, takes two hands to clap. You're doing something which initiates the process. So if you change the quality of men you're selecting and change your expectation levels, maybe you'll not get so hurt. But like I said, it's not that you're wrong. It's just that you're choosing the wrong people. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care. Bye.